It is Inspiration 92.3 FM, your number one family radio. Good evening to you. Hi, I see you. Busola Taiwo, I see you. Ibrahim Babajide Oyetola, I see you too. Welcome. As I always say, thank you for joining us. You could have been doing anything else, but you made out time to join us and gist with us. It's Sharing Life Issues, and we talk about life issues. Literally, we share, we ponder, we deliberate, we help to find our path and all of that. Abila Model, welcome. If you're listening via the radio, 92.3 FM is the dial. I say welcome, thank you for being here. If you're listening on the website or watching us on the website, it's www.ifm923.com. Hello, I'm waving at you. Okay, and then if you're tuned in via Instagram Live, yes, I'm on Instagram Live now. I see you all. Thank you for tuning in. Abila Model just joined us. Wale Adeyeye just joined us. Moses Fred 4004. Ngumane. Yes, I see you all. Thank you very much for joining us. So, I was going to talk about something else, but then this just dropped on my table. And I'm like, nah, man, we have to talk about this. Bayuze, I see you, Bayuze Creation. Olu Ray, welcome as well. So, my people, this is something that I think is worthy to be pondered upon. And you can share with us, perhaps this man might have a point. So, I saw it on Instagram. This man wrote a message, and I'm going to read it out the way that he wrote it. Says, men, only if we stop discussing our plans with our wives and start discussing with our mom and sisters should we have a successful future. You see, mothers and sisters give better advice than our wives. 97% of our wives are a threat to our destiny. Your mom wants your progress. Aside, sisters discuss your secret with your mom and not your wife. I'm an example of my post, tested and trusted. I can't deceive anyone. In case you missed the memo, I'm going to read it again. Men, only if we stop discussing our plans with our wives and start discussing with our moms and sisters should we have a successful future. You see, mothers and sisters give better advice than our wives. 97% of our wives are a threat to our destiny. Your mom wants your progress. Aside, sisters discuss your secret with your mom and not your wife. I'm an example of my post, tested and trusted. I can't deceive anyone. When I saw this, I was like, Ayak showed this to me and I said, look, babe, say no more. I'm going to put what I wanted to talk about on one burner, leave it to the back burner, and then bring this one to the front burner. So there are a few things I thought about when I listened or I saw this. But before I even tell you what I thought about, I should tell you that the show is brought to you by MTN. All right. So when I first saw this, I thought, interesting. Your moms and your sisters. And then I thought about the many times parents, siblings have made decisions for you on their own accord, thinking about their interests first. I remember someone who said I wanted to resign. He wanted to resign from a job, and for the longest time, his family said, no, don't resign. The job was crappy. He was unhappy. Excuse me. Excuse me, I just sneezed. The job was crappy. He was unhappy, but he didn't want to leave, or he wanted to leave, but his family said, no, don't leave. And I think it got to a point for him that he said, look, I need to leave. And then they started the real question. How are we going to survive? Because he was the breadwinner of the home. So perhaps I don't know something this guy knows. And I'm not married, so I don't have a wife. Even if I was married, I would not have a wife. So I probably don't know how this works. In your opinion, do you think you are safer telling stuff to your parents, in particular, your mother and your sisters, than talking to your wife? Please share with us. And should this be both ways? Should women also say, yes, I shouldn't share with my husband, I should share with my mother and my brothers, perhaps? 0700923923. Ibrahim Babajide Oyetala says this man's story is not true. Irogam, I see you as well. 0700923923. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Shama.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, my name is Ayodeji.
Ayodeji, how now?
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Exhausted but well. You?
I'm good.
Awesome.
Good.
So you heard what I read, Abi?
Yes. And I hope I sound like I want to beat you.
Shoot your shot.
If I have my way, I'll beat you.
Okay. What did I do?
I think this is a slip, really. Because what you have just afflicted us with this evening.
Wow. Okay.
Is somebody's permitted word. I use it without meaning disrespect or description. It's somebody's positive, which he has expressed in what I would call foolishness. Yeah, because you don't make such generalized statements. Because something for you, I now kind of make it a policy. It's actually a topic that doesn't deserve attention.
I beg to disagree with you.
I would love that you introduce the real topic so that whoever wants to discuss.
No. I beg to disagree with you, and I'll tell you why. Directly or indirectly, a lot of times men actually tell their moms a lot of things. So when what happens is, because I sampled this with a bunch of people, and somebody said, look, I agree, because we get to tell our moms stuff. That's why you see sometimes a mother will come from her house to come and say, hey, are you not, my son said you did that, and they said you did not allow him to do this or that. So I do kind of agree with this thought that it does happen.
Really, yeah, it's a function of who the people are. There are wives that have led their husbands to Eldorado.
To greatness, yes. Yes.
Yeah. And there are mothers, there are sisters that have ruined the life of their brother and son. We cannot generalize. It's a function of what, and it's a function of who. So what then is the benefit of everything EVD has been coming to say?
Well,
I mean, if you have married a wife and you realize that you made a mistake, own up to that mistake and stop being irresponsible with generalizing statements. Your wife is supposed to be your companion.
Exactly.
You see, she listens the most. If anything happens to you anyways, especially if you have children, she won't be taking care of herself alone. She's going to be taking care of the children. Because not all these families help to take care of the children when somebody is gone.
Ayodeji, did you listen to the show yesterday?
I did. Actually,
did you listen to the guy that called in and said that he would never tell his wife any secrets? He would rather go and tell somebody else?
Then he's not married yet.
Wow.
He's just living with a woman. He's not married yet. That's the principle. For this reason shall a man leave his father and
his mother and cleave to the wife.
And cleave unto his wife. And the two shall what? Become one. I don't think that's it. It may not be exactly quoted in Islam, but I don't think it's too different.
Okay.
We need to help the society and put this thing straight.
And that's why this conversation is being had. That's why I think it's important to talk about it. Do you see the point of the conversation now?
Well, maybe you have a point there. Maybe you brought me to that point now with your wayo. But then
that's with my wayo. Thank you, Ayodeji. Thank you.
All
right. I need to take a commercial break, but let me tell you something. When I bring conversations up, I don't bring them because everybody's talking about them. No. I sit and I brood and I think about it thoroughly. I'm not standing on anybody's side. I'm thinking about it as openly with as many opinions and angles as possible. And that's why I decide, okay, you know what, this is a conversation to be. Of course, I see a lot of things on social media every day. There are lots of things I can't be bothered to talk about. I saw a few. In fact, Eric was showing me one. I said, look, this is unimportant. Between you and I, we know that this is foolishness talking. But this truth is a reality. There are a lot of people who go to their parents, who go to their mom, and go to their siblings and tell them stuff and tell them what they're planning rather than telling their wives. So do you think this man is making some point? Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Remember that the show is brought to you by MTN. We'll be right back.
Yaba, one seat, Yaba.
Sweet granuts, buy your granuts, buy your sweet granuts.
Granot.
How much for one konko?
100 naira.
Oh yeah, give me 100 naira on. Add 888 join.
Customer, you sure say if you finish this 888? Now 5 konko be that too.
But if I no finish I get people for house we go shop waiting remain.
Okay, 1 konko, 2 konko, 3 konko.
Oga, no be 100 naira groundnut you wan buy. Why should the pack am plenty like this?
Now because of the 888.
Which one be 888?
You no 888 na the code for 5 times better awoof. Yes, so MTN awoof don't come again. Now, when you recharge with star 888 star pin hash, MTN go summer you with 5 times your recharge. You fit also enjoy this awoof on top VTU. Just ask your vendor for awoof for you. This offer now for both MTN prepaid and postpaid customers. Wait, add 888 now.
Someone says, preach, Mr. Yodeji. Thank you. 0700-923-923-923, the number to call. On WhatsApp, our WhatsApp number is 0817-313-6193. That is 0817-313-6193. It is sharing life issues on Inspiration FM, and it's brought to you by MTN. I'm reading a message from this young man. It says, men, only if we stop discussing our plans with our wife and start discussing with our mom and sisters should we have a successful future. You see, mothers and sisters give better advice than our wives. 97% of our women or our wives are a threat to our destiny. Your mom wants your progress. Aside, sisters discuss your secrets with your mom and not your wife. I'm an example of my post. Tested and trusted. I can't deceive anyone. As trivial as it sounds, it is a real issue. There's so many men who forget that they're married, and this is not a bashing at all. It's just that you've gotten so used to talking to your mom that you forget that now that you are married, you should be talking to your wife and making those plans with your wife. 0700-923-923-923. Hello, good evening. If you get through to me, turn down the volume of your radio. Hi, good evening. Okay, the rush is coming. Hello, good evening.
Hi, Chiomabbb, good evening.
Good evening to you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Rufus. I'm calling from Orile.
Thank you for calling, Mr. Rufus. Talk to us.
Okay, Chiomabbb, I want to see one more thing that...
Rufus, enemies are not letting you talk. We didn't hear you. What did you say? Hello?
Hello, Chiomabbb. Can you hear me well now?
It's breaking really badly.
Is it now getting better?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, Chiomabbb, I'm saying when you see this kind of submission, it is a result of a relationship that has gone southward. It doesn't mean that is ideal. So is it telling me that, God forbid, if I pass on, that my mother and my sister will make better decisions concerning my children than my wife, even though she happens to be a demon? No, I don't agree to that. First of all, when you see mothers and sisters having a special interest, is because of what they are going to gain from it. Consider it. Hello?
I'm listening. I agree with you. I'm listening to you.
Okay, so for you to tell me that it's better to tell my secrets to my mother and my sisters, my wife. First of all, the question should be, when these people came together to get married, could he have made the same submission? Absolutely no. It is a result that the relationship has gone southward. So the best thing to do is to fix the relationship. The ideal thing to be honest with you. No mother, no sister would take a better decision than the wife, even if the wife happens to be a demon, because she has a stake in the relationship. If they happen to have children, even though the man passes on, that she will still be there to take care of the children with what the man is making. I'm talking about investment. So I don't agree to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Rufus. Someone says, I have seen a situation where a man's family, in brackets, siblings, knew his password to his account, to his computer. His wife did not. When I'm saying it, they will say, Chiomabbb, we're just bringing matter. Hello?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Who am I speaking with?
My name is Tommy.
Hi, Tommy. Thank you for calling. Talk to us.
Well, all I would like to say is that I think the man in question is talking from, is it that the guy is hurting? Or, basically, I think he's talking based on his own experience. And I don't think that should form the basis of every relationship or every decision. It's either the guy himself is with the wrong woman or he himself is the wrong guy. Because the truth is, you're supposed, like the first caller said, a man is supposed to treat his wife. Your wife should be next after God to you. That's my own belief. So I don't believe that, yes, mothers would have the interest of their children at heart, and your siblings also would want the best for you. But the truth is your wife has a stake in the relationship, and then you and your wife are supposed to work as one. A house that is divided against itself cannot stand. If the guy wants to progress and is looking for a way forward, he should learn to give the wife the rightful place, and then both of them should learn to work together if it's possible. If it's not possible, and then they should look for a way to maybe mend things or go their separate ways or whatever.
Oh, wow.
For you to say that you're with your wife,
and you'd rather trust your mother and your sisters,
with your wife and your sister, then I think there's a fundamental issue.
Thank you, Tommy.
I think the man is just hurting and he's just talking out of the bitterness of his heart.
Okay, thank you very much. Somebody said I should ask a question, so let me quickly ask the question. Chi, help me ask that man why he got married in the first place. So which of these kind of women did he get married to? A Jezebel, a Delilah, or a Sapphira? He made mistake and he should own up. There is an Igbo proverb that says a man who marries a woman is like someone who picks a palm kernel. You crack it and whatever you see in it, you take. If you see an empty kernel or a half kernel or a spoiled kernel, you take it so. Someone says, good evening, Chema. This one you brought today is so appalling. The man should not have married at all since he wants to remain a baby forever. He should ask his mother if that is how she lived with his father. Truly, marriage is not for babies but for men. That's Shegun Adenekon from Apapa. Someone says, a friend of mine finally met the man of her dreams and got married at almost 50. Her mom calls after some months and after berating her about hiding her wealth from them, then asks her if she's leaving with all she owns or if she's leaving some of her investments for them. No one cares that she's starting out late praising her own family. All her siblings are settled and married and financially comfortable. Looks like they were praying for her to have remained single so they could divide what she had worked for her whole life. I beg, with family members, be careful because self-interest is mostly the name of the game. Please face your spouse. Okay, I'm going to go for another break. Let me go for another commercial break. When I come back, I'll be talking to you some more, checking out your messages. So you can keep dropping your messages on Instagram, on WhatsApp, and on Instagram Live. Yes, you could drop your messages here. Swift Auto Text says just his personal opinion. On WhatsApp is 0817-313-6193. The number again is 0817-313-6193. Don't call, just send a WhatsApp message. It's Sharing Life Issues brought to you by MTN. We'll be right back.
As a big boy who dreams big and has an appetite for big things, I need a network that serves a meal as big as my appetite. That's why I've got myself a 4G SIM. With just 1,000 naira, I get 3 gigabytes. That's big fuel for my hustle and enjoyment. No darling, oh. Get your 4G SIM and start enjoying super fast internet everywhere in Nigeria. Visit the nearest MTN outlet and buy your 4G SIM to enjoy super fast internet everywhere you go.
They say things are tough. They say succeeding here is difficult. What they say may be true, but together we will be challenged by it. Because we all know the truth is based on what you see, and what we see is the hunger for success. The defiant promise to never go back, no matter what. And when we stumble, we will only fall forward. Fueled by the prayers of our loved ones, the hopes of 200 million people, and the big yellow heart pumping energy into us to break boundaries. So let them continue to tell you their truth while we take time to write ours. There is more within. Turn it up.
It is sharing life issues on Inspiration 92.3 FM and is brought to you by MTN. Okay, so before I go any further, I want to quickly highlight something. And wait, don't come for me. Just listen to me. Be patient with me. I'm driving at a point. The other day I was talking about how some men marry women that are not as intellectually sound or intellectually apart with them. So they end up marrying that because they want, in quotes, wife material. So she's not that smart, she's not that intellectual with him, and so he ends up spending time talking. If he wants to have smart and intelligent conversations, he's having it outside with somebody else. And then and then at the end of the day, when it comes to sharing ideas, he can't share the ideas with that woman that cannot open up her mind, that her mind is not half as exposed or informed as him. Because he's growing higher, more intelligent, more intellectual, more exposed, and she's still down there and he's not upgrading her. It is harder for him to actually share his dreams and opinions with that sort of woman. Isn't that a possibility for him to go and share it with family and friends for that mere reason? Mr. Ice said, Chiomabbb, the person married a slay queen, Biko. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Chiomabbb.
Good evening. What is your name?
My name is Freshie B.
Freshie B. Where are you calling from, Freshie?
I'm calling from traffic.
Okay. Talk to me, Freshie B.
Okay. All right, so what I would say that the man is definitely speaking from experience, or probably his wife never gives him, I would say, like an encouragement when she hears his plans and all. So this works in different ways. Different things can happen in this situation. So I would say that he's not yet ready, because he must have known while they were cutting whether he can share his dreams with her. The Bible says that two shall not become one.
Unless they agree.
So when you're one, you should be able to share your dreams with her. It should be two-way. So if he's not able to do that, then there's a problem. It's fundamental. In this time and age, we all rush into the marriage with all the butterflies and tummies without trying to take charge of those underlying factors, those fundamental issues. You understand? When it comes to your dreams, this is your dreams. So if he's not able to do it, first of all, is number one, if the lady is not encouraging him, so he moves over to his family.
To his family, who see them
long before living with his wife and all. Then also, it might be that he did not realize it while they were cutting, and there's no way it would not show. There's no way it will not show. So I would say that it's not a general issue. It's probably his own experience.
It's a personal issue.
These are causes. So these are things that can cause him to make such statements.
Thank you, Freshie. Hey, don't be a stranger, Freshie. Call us again. If you get through to us, turn down the volume of your radio and we can talk. D8427 says the guy is not a man, but a male infant man. But wait. You know how I say whenever judging, this is a no judgment zone here. Are you saying there is no man that can tell me now that, to be honest, I don't share some of my thoughts, some of my ideas with my wife. I'd rather go and share with my mother or my siblings, whether it is not your sister, maybe it's your brother or your father. Because I do. Let me not out anybody yet. I got to read a message, and I would need to take another break really soon. Chema, I can't wait to marry because I have come to realize that there is a certain blessing attached to marriage called favor. He that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtains favor from God. That man is so blind and his eyes are covered with a veil. For him to see his future is obstructed by his wife. I learned early in life through teachings to hide certain things from my family, but I have not heard about keeping things from the wife. No matter how loose the wife's mouth is or how foolish she is, she remains top on the table. And this is Franklin from Ikorodu. My name is Amaka. I'm married and my husband likes discussing issues with his mom before telling me. He asked me to resign so I can take care of the mom, which I don't understand. Shall you see? See, when we bring this matter, we say, oh no, it's an exclusive. Thank you for sharing, Amaka. He likes discussing issues with his mom before he comes to his wife. These things are happening every day, my family and my friends. Take this in. It's a little too much for me. Let's take a quick break. Remember that the show is brought to you by MTN. We'll be right back. This is Sharing Life Issues on Inspiration FM.
Them talk say I wolf the run belle, but today I don't see the one where they run out. Are you getting me? Now you go get MTN I wolf for you where they give people 5 times any recharge from 100 naira and above. Once you recharge with star 888 star pin hash, here you get. Now be say if you recharge 100 naira, you go get 500 naira. If you recharge 1000 naira, now 5000 naira be that oh. You the feel me so? And you feel your calling network. No more go to G say you don't get credit. With MTN I wolf for you, your G's go just the flow everywhere. It makes sense, Abi. Just star 888 star pin hash to enjoy this awoof. This offer now for both MTN prepaid and postpaid customers. You fit also enjoy them for on top VTU. Just ask your vendor for awoof for you. Are you getting me?
It's Inspiration 92.3 FM, and you're listening to Sharing Life Issues. It's brought to you by MTN. Before somebody said, Chema, please, can you read the story again? Because I just tuned in. I will. Happy to. Shaggy, the person says here, men only if we stop discussing our plans with our wives and start discussing with our moms and sisters, should we have a successful future. You see, mothers and sisters give better advice than our wives. 97% of our wives are a threat to our destiny. Your mom wants your progress. Aside sisters, discuss your secret with your mom and not your wife. I'm an example of the post, tested and trusted. I can't deceive anyone. And somebody just told us before that break that she says, my name is Amaka. I'm married and my husband likes discussing issues with his mom before telling me. He asked me to resign so I can take care of his mom, which I don't understand. 0700-923-923-923 is the number to call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Mike.
Okay, Mike.
The subject we have here.
Thank you you very much. Go ahead.
But we have to look at these things from different perspectives. I'm married, and I'm an idea box. Right? So
yes.
I always have lots of ideas. Sometimes it just springs up and I'm so excited I want to share it with someone. But often than not, the very person I feel I want to share it with is my wife. But earlier in my marriage, I realized that most of the time, she's not so keen on listening to me. So I have this wonderful idea which I think is great, and I think I want to push it, and then I try to have a conversation with her, test her own opinion, and look for ways of polishing this idea and seeing how far I can go with it. She's not so interested. I love my wife. That is not easy, right? But, so what have I resorted to doing? When I have my new ideas, right, I don't talk to my wife anymore because her reaction tends to be like a discouragement for me. So I talk to my homies, right?
Yeah.
And my friends, and I get the kind of positive feedback that I want to have. it's painful for me to admit it, right? And I wish it wasn't that way, but that is the way it is, right? And so as much as we want to say that a man should always want to share things with his wife and tell his wife,
as if she's receptive,
my best friend, right? But feedback is important.
Yes.
You don't necessarily have to support him, but encourage him, right? So it's the feedback most of the time. The reason why some men, and I dare say some women, would refrain from sharing things with their spouses is because of the kind of feedback they get, right? So even if you are tired, even if you really don't, you give a listening ear.
Yes.
Maybe right now I'm not in the right frame of mind. I'm tired, but can we have this conversation? But the feedback you get sometimes is like, well, it's your deal. I'm not interested. Go talk to someone that wants to listen to you. You understand me?
Yeah.
So it varies. And so you have a situation where, because of that, the man feels, okay, when it comes to this particular aspect, you're not the go-to person for me, right? There's this person who wants to listen to me. My best friend is a female, right? And my wife knows her very well. I feel a lot more comfortable conversing with her and over this kind of things.
I can relate.
That is reality. She's married too, and I have to give her a space, like, okay, but we are like sisters from another mother. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm passing the mic.
Look, I appreciate. First, I respect that you're sharing this with us.
Yeah, it's a two-way street there.
Yes. And that is why we're having this conversation, for us to see the reasons this would happen.
As much as you want to blame the men, right?
Yeah.
We should also try to create a situation where the women try to listen more.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Yes, listen more and communicate better. Most times we like to blame communication on the man. You are not good listeners. True. True. That's the reality. And sometimes our wives don't just want to treat us like this that we are. They're all machoistic. But that's the reality. And so, someone else will treat me like a baby, and I'll get all the parts and all the things I want to get. But doesn't mean I don't love you. Doesn't mean I will cheat on you or anything. It's just that part.
That part you are not good at giving.
That portion, exactly. So I will get it somewhere else.
Thank you. I'm glad ladies are listening. Women are listening. Thank you for sharing with us, Mike. You see, when we talk about these issues, I always say this is a no judgment zone. You know why? Because there are reasons why these things are happening. So when I put it on the table, I don't put it on the table to ridicule anybody. No. And that's why I said this is not a men bashing conversation. It's a conversation that needs to be had for us to find the loopholes and the issues and the reason someone would do that. This is a clear reason why I wouldn't want to, if I was you, Mike, I wouldn't want to share with my wife. It's very fair. But these are the reasons, again, some people are listening and understanding why their spouses are not sharing information with them and not sharing ideas with them. This is why. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. The name is Uche. I'm on the road.
Hi, Uche on the road. Thank you for calling.
Yes. On the issue that is being discussed.
Yes.
The issue at hand. It's not a one-way thing.
I agree.
The truth of it, the matter is that for a man to say he finds it easier to relate with the mother or the siblings more than the wife. And the wife is the person that you are living with. If anything happens, she's the first person that should know. When I'm married, in the first instance, it started that she was always antagonizing some of the ideas. But with time, I needed to drive in what I want to be, my vision. And with that, it came to a point that whenever I want to advise or whenever an idea comes up and I tell her I want to do something, she just falls into place and said it is well. But when it first started, she was always saying no, this always antagonizing. So my advice is, some of the men, should let our wives know what we want to do, where we are going to. With that, when an idea comes up, she will not antagonize it because she knows you are going somewhere. And it is her number one mission to go with you. If you say you find it easier discussing with your mom, forgetting that your mom is somebody else's wife. If the mother of the husband, if your own father's mother were to do that, how would he feel, or how would she feel? So if he finds it easier to discuss with the wife, the mother, then there is trouble. There is trouble in the home because she will just say it's not important. That's the way she will see it.
Yeah.
And when she seek for an advice, she will everything she wants to stand. She wants to make her point and antagonize it. So I will advise that we should talk to our men.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Uche. Okay, I need to take one more break before we, stay on track throughout. So I'll be right back. It is Sharing Life Issues on Inspiration FM. We'll be right back.
Ma, there's this my friend. I like him and he's telling me about this pain he has. And he says if I love him, I can help him ease it.
What pain?
Waist pain. And he said the pain will go only if I agree to get down with him.
My dear, there are many stories flying around. Some are true, but some are not. Sex does not ease or stop menstrual or waist pain. In fact, having sex without contraceptives exposes you to unplanned pregnancy. Or are you ready for a baby now?
No way, Nurse Bisola.
Good. There are many family planning options you can use. Let's talk about them, and you can choose if you want to get one or wait for now. If your partner truly loves you, he would wait until you're ready.
You're right, Nurse Bisola.
Sharp up. Plan your life. For family planning services, visit any healthcare facility with the Get It Together Puzzle Pieces logo and the green dot logo. Get it together for a brighter future. This message is from the Lagos State Ministry of Health and the Primary Healthcare Board.
Thank you for your patience. This is Inspiration FM. You're listening to Sharing Life Issues, and I am reading messages. I will come back to the phone lines in a moment. Just give me a minute. Good evening, Chema. It's right to confide in your beloved wife than family, parents, and siblings. Most times, family does not have all your full interest. Therefore, if a man made the right choice in marriage, I like that caveat. If a man made the right choice in marriage, he made it perfect to be open to each other. Though some married women are not worth to be trusted, I confide on my beloved angel. Okay. Mandy from VI says this is the reason why a lot of wives and their children suffer after they lose their husband. This kind of men give their mums and sisters room to mistreat and disrespect their family. He's totally wrong and should reconcile with his wife because he definitely lacks love. Thank you, Mandy. Sodi says I think the guy has his own experience, though it's not to be on a majority. On the other hand, your mother and siblings too have you at heart. But yet, at times, they are for their own interest too. But because of what we are also experiencing nowadays, some ladies are also hearing talks or advices from their own mothers and siblings. By that, most times, the man's secret or plans are in danger. It depends on who you're getting married to. You must know who you're getting married to. Some ladies are just for themselves and their own family, not minding that they have a large stake in order to take care of their own kids. If this man is no more, I think it depends on who you're getting married to. If you marry a woman that you know she is more of herself than she can't even contribute towards the growth and education of the kids, then you should be careful too. It works both ways. Thank you, Sodi. 0700923923. I'm going to take some more calls. Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, Choma.
Hi, good evening. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Emeka.
Hey, Emeka. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, what's up? Very quickly.
Okay.
The man married the wrong wife. That's my own opinion. Because a woman that truly loves her husband would always look out for him and ensure that he doesn't make any mistakes and fall on the wrong path. The same for mothers. So my advice for him is, one, let him try and improve his communication between him and his wife. Then secondly, he should also try and improve the relationship between his wife and his mother, because when you have your wife and your mother collaborate together for your success, then you don't have to be that now.
Emeka, wait, I have a question, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate for a minute. What if, and you know that some men marry amazing women, but they're not that smart, or they're not that keen on what sort of things you do, so they cannot connect or cannot relate to what you are, the ideas you're sharing. What then happens?
Well, sorry, come again. I need to understand your question.
Okay, so you know some men, you marry a good woman, she's beautiful, she's a homemaker and what have you, But she's not very smart or intelligent or outspoken, or I mean, on in terms of intellectuals, she's not on your wavelength. So you find that when you're sharing an idea with her, she's not connecting. And isn't that a good reason to share with somebody who does?
Well, before you married her, you knew she had all those what would I call it now?
Disadvantages.
Can it be disadvantage?
Well, some of those, yeah. She didn't have all of those qualities.
Yes, exactly. You knew before you go buy it to that person. You already knew what you were going in for.
But every other part, she's an amazing woman. So
there's no excuse really. Improve your relation, your communication between you and your wife, and everything goes on. Because as every caller has been saying, and I will also say, the Bible says that he that finds a wife finds good thing and obtains favor from God.
Okay, well, thank you, Emeka. Good to hear your voice again, by the way. All right then.
Same here.
Okay, I'm gonna take some more calls. Hello. Don't do that to me, please. Again. Ouch, I apologize. Okay, so my phones are being rushed. I have to give you the minute. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Chiomabbb.
Good evening, sir. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Chinwandu.
Where are you calling from, Chinwandu?
I'm calling from the bridge.
Okay.
From work.
Okay, talk to me.
On the topic you're discussing, the last person that just spoke, Emeka, just said something that is very real. And I would like to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
So the man should try to sharpen the wife's low areas. It's possible. If the man has accepted the wife as an issue, she should work on the wife's weakness, and she will come up. So I don't see any reason why a man should choose the wife or the sister to discuss things that the wife should know.
As the mom or sister. Okay.
So if such things happen, it's possible there's a mistake from the beginning in marriage. If the person has chosen the bone of his bone, these are things that should fall in place very easily.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Thank you. Thank you, Chiwendu. You answered my question indeed. You can sharpen her. You can do that. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Who am I speaking with?
I am John from Ajegule.
Thank you for calling, sir. Talk to us.
Yeah, Shoma.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for this topic of this evening.
Thank you, sir.
First and foremost, I will give an advice.
Okay.
Any man that is calling, he should not make himself as he is the angel. He is very holy than other men. There are two men who just come in just now. They use themselves as an example.
Mm-hmm.
They speak very well the other side of the story. That there are some women, you give the information to them, they will not use it properly. So we should not think that every man that is having problem with his wife is a baby man. It's a mother son or something like that. You shouldn't think that if your wife is good and your wife is an angel to you, don't think that every other woman are like your wife. We should think that. So to me, I feel that the man who did not give information to his wife has a reason, and we should know why is the reason. What is going on? Why should he not give the information to his wife first, or before he go to his parents, mother or sister? You see, that is what we should ask of. We should not continue to abuse men. The man is a baby man. The man did not know how to marry. So, Shoma, what is? I did not discuss anything with my wife before I marry her. It is not every man that sit down with the woman they want to marry and discuss issue with their wife. So many things that is happening. Yeah. Even the educated one, not all of them sit down and say, okay, this is what we are going to do. This is how we are going to do it before they get married.
But when you got married to your wife, you now started discussing what you are doing with her, right?
When I got married to my wife, I married my wife over 25 to 30 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't know her. We didn't cut and pay. My uncle introduced her to me. She was just like 18, 19 years when I married her. And I have got children before I married her. divorced me and my former wife. We divorced because of infidelity. You understand? When she came into my house, I tell you that this very woman that I am married today, she has the ability to hold the house. She behaved like she has married for over 20 years. She just is a small girl at that time. We leave her with my children at home. She take care of the children as if she is the one that gave birth to those children. We are all together today for over 25 to 30 years now. You understand?
Yeah.
Our children are graduates now.
Oh, wow.
You see? So it is not everybody that discusses. They said it is a blessing from God. It's a blessing from God. When you marry a good woman, it's a blessing from God. It's not your making. When you marry a good man, it's a blessing from God. It's not your making.
Not your making.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that is what I want to contribute.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your contribution, sir. Thank you for sharing with us, Mr. John. I want to read a message or two. Someone says, "Good evening, Gemma. The truth is this. It's only the guy that can explain what made him to write that post. My own idea is, if your wife is wiser than your mom, please stick to her. But if your mom's ideas have been working for you, please don't be blindfolded, or you found yourself in square one. Some pastors failed because of the women they got married to." Chioma, it's deep. Thank you, Taiwo Samuel from Ikorodu. Chioma, there's more than meets the eye in this case. There are so many things he's not saying or telling. But one thing I take from this issue is that either he got married to a wrong woman, or secondly, their love has gone sour, or thirdly, the wife has betrayed him. Chema, you need to do a follow-up on this matter. But for me, my wife is my number one confidant. That is Chiedozie Din Nachi. Thank you. Okay, please share with me the situation if you're listening. Please share with me now. Uchena from Ikotu says, "Good evening, Chema. The man has his reasons, which is not out of place. I once know a woman whose husband has a land with a structure on it. Then he suddenly died, and his sister, who was aware of the property, never disclosed it to the brother's wife. The woman and her husband moved into the late brother's property. At the long run, the husband sent her away, that she's deadly. A lot of things are happening in marriage. Intending couples should be open to themselves and stop pretense and selfishness." I'm a little lost on the story, but I appreciate that. My people, it's almost time to go. I cannot read the story again. Basically, somebody is just saying that he rather talks to his mom or his sisters and not his wife when he has ideas, because she would derail his destiny. Wonderful topic you're discussing this night. It's obvious that the man is hurting. Probably the wife has betrayed his trust in the past. Some wives see their marriages as a battle between her own family and her husband's family. Before you finish revealing some secrets to them, their people have heard everything. But we can't generalize. Thank God I married a lady that learned with experience that our marriage is between us. We discuss issues like siblings, and we try our best to keep those issues between us. Emmanuel from Ojo Dubega, thank you for sharing. Good evening. This marriage might just be one of those that happened because of pregnancy, or I'm getting too old. Let me just marry any spouse that comes my way. You see? No, you see, Sky. Okay, I want to take one or two calls before I wrap up on the show. Let me take this one. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name, sir?
This is Vincent from Checkpoint.
Hey, Vincent, how now? Go ahead, please.
Okay, what I will say is that in that case, a man, even if the woman is so dull or something, even if she's not going to contribute anything, first of all, let her know what you are planning. Maybe your mom idea is so fantastic or something. Yes, this is what I want to do, but I want also to discuss with mom concerning how do you see it. Then she will tell you either go ahead or do this or don't do that. So don't just, when the woman later know that you are discussing everything with your mom, your siblings, without her, at the end, that thing will cause another problem in your own family.
That's right.
When problem starts, your mom and your sister, they will not be there. So, and your children will be suffering it. So when you, that is why it's very, very important. You discuss it with your wife.
Your wife, then you can go to
Maybe
your
she has betrayed you before. She has betrayed you before. You continue telling her that this thing, because of all these things you are doing, I don't want this, I don't want that. If she continues, that is another case. But my prayer is that God will help all men in Jesus' name.
Amen. And women too, because apparently nobody's perfect. Thank you so much, Vincent. That's true. God help all of us. Hello, good evening.
Thank God.
Peter from Apapasi, you have to be very fast. So I'm going to give you like 45 seconds.
45 seconds. I'm no need to talk much. What I'm saying is this, If you are a man and your wife is always have issues with your wife, maybe when you are discussing a matter, she's always discouraging you, or she seems not to be interested. Instead of going to social media or sharing with your mom or sister, why not find time to discuss the issue with the wife? This issue goes both ways, so you know, it's not women can discuss with their mom and their siblings.
Okay.
So one thing is that if there's a communication gap, instead of going to your mom or your siblings, why not find a suitable time when both of you are in a good mood, you're happy, and discuss this thing?
Thank you. I love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you understand. After we got married, I actually shared my ideas and thoughts with my wife. For a while, I discovered that my mother-in-law would surreptitiously elicit my family's plans from my wife, tweak my family's plan to suit what she, my mother-in-law, wanted. Sometimes she, my mother-in-law, would, through manipulating my wife, cancel what my wife and I have already decided to achieve. This made me not share sensitive issues with my wife. This is anonymous. Someone says, good evening, Chema. Some people are killjoys when it comes to discussing ideas. Discernment is necessary, Mr. V from Shomolu. You are married to a killjoy. Shouldn't you be troubled? Anyways, so here's my thought. And I think from all of this conversation, here are some of the things that I'm thinking. Number one, I do agree that some people don't show any enthusiasm when you're sharing with them your stories or your ideas or your thoughts, and that should be looked into. So I believe that if you're husband and wife, then you should be able to say what you feel about situations, right? That's the same way you should be able to tell that wife of yours. You probably need to have a sit down with her, as the case may be, husband or wife. Have a sit down with them. Don't say, honey, we need to talk. That thing always shuts people out. So you want to have a very cozy, nice and easy moment. You can even stir up, moment, and then share with them. And then let them know that, look, I need to talk to you about something that is hurting me. I'm sharing with you and I find that you don't take it seriously, or you go and share it with somebody else, whether it's your mom or your dad. We are married. We're not married. I'm not married to your mom or your dad. And so we need to stop doing that for our own future. I believe that if you do that, life should be better, and hopefully, God help us all, we will arrive at our happy destinations in our marriages. God bless you. I'm out of here. Chiomabbb is the handle. Please follow me. God bless you. Bye-bye. I'll be here tomorrow.